My name is Laura Mitchell, and I'm 36 years old. Last week, my parents stole my daughter's cello and sold it for $87,000. Not just any cello, the one my daughter Maya had been playing since she was 7 years old. The one she'd practiced on for 9 years, 4 hours every single day. The one that got her accepted into Juilliard. Maya is 16 now, a prodigy. Her music teacher called her once in a generation. She'd just won the National Youth Orchestra competition, full scholarship to one of the most prestigious music schools in the world. We were celebrating, planning her future, talking about her dreams of playing in symphony orchestras across Europe. Then, 3 days ago, I came home from work early. The house was quiet. Too quiet, I called out. Maya, you home? No answer. I walked upstairs to her practice room. The door was open. Her cello case was gone. My heart started racing. I called Maya's phone. She answered on the second ring. Mom, what's wrong? Where's your cello? It's in my practice room. Where it always is, why? Maya, it's not here. The case is gone. Silence, then panic. What do you mean it's gone? Mom, where is it? I don't know. Stay calm. I'm calling the police. But before I could dial, my phone rang. Unknown number. Hello? Mrs. Mitchell? This is Steinway & Sons Fine Instruments. We're calling to confirm the sale of the 1863 Vuillaume cello. The buyer is picking it up tomorrow. I didn't sell any cello. What are you talking about? A pause. Ma'am, we have documentation showing that Richard and Susan Mitchell, the owners of the instrument, authorized the sale 3 days ago. Richard and Susan Mitchell. My parents, they don't own that cello. It belongs to my daughter. According to our records, they presented original purchase. Receipts from 1998 showing they bought the instrument. They're listed as legal owners. My hands went numb. How much did they sell it for? $87,000. I hung up, called my parents immediately. Mom answered. Laura, sweetheart, we were just about to call you. Where is Maya's cello? Silence. Mom, where is it? Oh, honey, we can explain. Your father and I have been struggling financially. The medical bills from his surgery. The mortgage. We were about to lose the house. You sold Maya's cello. It's technically ours. We bought it for her when she was 7. We still have the receipt. Legally, it belongs to us. She got into Juilliard with that instrument. She has her first rehearsal in 2 weeks. We'll buy her a new one. Once we get back on our feet, that cello is over 160 years old. Mom, you can't just replace it. Laura, we're about to lose our home. We had no choice. Before I tell you what I did next, what happened when Maya found out, and how this ended when I discovered what my parents really spent that money on, please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments where you're listening from. Are you in the US, UK, somewhere else? I'd love to know. Now let me take you back to the moment I realized my parents had been planning this for months. When Maya was 7 years old, my parents bought her that cello. It was expensive even then. $15,000, a huge gift for a child. But Maya was special. She'd started violin lessons at 4. By 6, she was playing pieces that kids twice her age struggled with. Her teacher said, she needs a real instrument, something worthy of her talent. My parents stepped up, paid for the cello, said it was an investment in their granddaughter's future. For 9 years, Maya treated that cello like it was part of her. She named it Belle, talked to it, cared for it, practiced until her fingers bled. That cello became her voice. When she played, people cried, stopped in the street to listen, told her she was going to be famous someday. Last year, she auditioned for Juilliard, the most competitive music school in the country. They accept less than 7% of applicants. Maya played a piece by Bach, Cello Suite No. 1, performed it perfectly. The judges stood up, applauded, told her she had a gift. She got her acceptance letter 3 months ago. We cried together. Happy tears. Mom, I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to be a professional musician. I was so proud. My parents were proud too. Or so I thought. But apparently, they had other plans. After I hung up with my mother, I called my husband, David. They sold Maya's cello. What? Who did? My parents. They took it from our house and sold it to a rare instrument dealer for $87,000. Can they do that? Legally? They say they can. They bought it. They kept the receipt. Technically, it's theirs. But Maya's been using it for 9 years. For her career. They can't just They already did. The buyer is picking it up tomorrow. David was silent for a moment. We need to stop the sale. Call a lawyer. This can't be legal. I called 3 lawyers that afternoon. They all said the same thing. If my parents had proof of purchase, if the cello was registered in their names, there was nothing we could do. It was their property. They had the right to sell it, unless we could prove Maya had a legal claim. But she was a minor. The cello had been a gift. No contract, no ownership transfer. Legally, we had no case. That evening, I had to tell Maya. She was at school. I picked her up early, told her teacher there was a family emergency. In the car, she looked at me with worried eyes. Mom, what's wrong? You're scaring me. Maya, there's something I need to tell you. And it's going to be really hard to hear. Is someone sick? Is Grandpa okay? Grandpa's fine. But your cello, Belle, she's gone. Maya's face went blank. What do you mean gone? Grandma and Grandpa took her. They sold her to a dealer for a lot of money. That's not funny, Mom. I'm not joking, sweetheart. They sold her. I just found out today. Maya stared at me. Then she started shaking her head. No, they wouldn't do that. They know I need her. Juilliard starts in 2 weeks. My first rehearsal. I know, baby, I know. Call them. Tell them to give her back. Mom, they have to give her back. They won't. They said they needed the money. For medical bills and the mortgage. Maya's breathing got faster. Panic setting in. I can't play without Belle. She's the only cello I've ever known. She's mine. I know she feels like yours. She is mine. I've played her every day for 9 years. She knows my sound. I can't just use a different cello. She was crying now. Full sobs. What am I going to do? How am I supposed to go to Juilliard without my instrument? I pulled over, held her while she cried. We'll figure it out. We'll rent a cello. Or buy one. It won't be the same. You don't understand. Belle and I are connected. I can't just replace her! She was right. I didn't fully understand. But I knew this was devastating. And I was furious at my parents for doing this to her. That night I drove to my parents' house. David came with me. Dad answered the door. Looked surprised to see us. Laura, David, what are you doing here? We need to talk now. We walked into their living room. Mom was on the couch. Didn't look guilty. Just tired. You had no right to take Maya's cello, I said. We had every right, Dad said. We paid for it. We own it. Maya has built her entire life around that instrument. She got into Juilliard because of it. She can use a different cello. They're all basically the same. No, they're not. David stepped forward. That cello is over 160 years old. It has a sound that can't be replicated. Maya knows every inch of it. You didn't just sell an instrument. You sold her future. Mom sighed. You're being dramatic. We're in a financial crisis. The bank is threatening foreclosure. We had no choice. You did have a choice, I said. You could have asked us for help. Told us you were struggling. We would have found a way. We're not asking our daughter for money, Dad said firmly. But you'll steal from your granddaughter? It's not stealing if it's ours. I looked around their living room. New furniture. A brand new TV. Expensive curtains. When did you get all this new stuff? Mom glanced at Dad, nervous. What new stuff? This couch. That TV, those curtains. They're new. We bought them a few months ago. What does that have to do with anything? You said you're about to lose the house, but you just bought thousands of dollars worth of furniture? Dad's face hardened. That's none of your business. It is my business when you're claiming poverty as an excuse. To sell my daughter's cello. David pulled out his phone. Started looking something up. Richard and Susan Mitchell. Recently purchased items. He scrolled. A cruise to Alaska. $5,000. Last month. Mom's face went red. How did you... Facebook, Susan. You posted pictures. I stared at them. You went on a cruise last month. But you're about to lose your house? Silence. You're not in financial trouble, are you? You just wanted the money. Laura, you don't understand. I understand perfectly. You saw an opportunity to cash in on something valuable, and you took it. Without caring about what it would cost Maya. That cello has been sitting in your house for 9 years gaining value. Dad said. We had a right to benefit from our investment. Your investment? You gave it to her as a gift, and now we're taking it back. We need that money more than she needs an old cello. I looked at my parents, really looked at them, and I realized I didn't recognize them anymore. The next morning, I called the instrument dealer. This is Laura Mitchell. You called yesterday about the Vuillaume cello. Yes, Mrs. Mitchell, the sale is finalized. The buyer is picking it up this afternoon. I'm begging you. Don't sell it. That cello belongs to my daughter. She needs it for Juilliard. I'm sorry, ma'am. But the legal owners authorized the sale. My hands are tied. What if I match the price? $87,000. I'll pay it right now. A pause. The buyer has already wired payment. The contract is binding. I felt my last hope slip away. Can you at least tell me who bought it? I'm not at liberty to disclose that information. I hung up, sat on my kitchen floor, and cried. Maya stopped eating, stopped sleeping, just sat in her practice room staring at the empty space where Belle used to be. Her Juilliard start date was 10 days away. We rented her a professional-grade cello. Cost us $3,000 for the semester. She tried to play it. Lasted 5 minutes before she broke down. It's not right. The sound is wrong. The weight is wrong.